Recently, I had the opportunity to fly out to Cheyenne, Wyoming for Frontier Days. It's the largest rodeo in the country. Thanks to our friends Pacematic for having us out and providing our beef for your customer base, and overall just an amazing experience. While I was there, I spent some time with a lot of guys from Ranger Regiment. I had this idea that, these guys have advice and experience that you just really can't find in your day-to-day civilian life. And what if we had the opportunity to record this? So we did this impromptu recording of some of the individuals that were there, and overall it turned out fantastic. Since I was a kid, I was never the kind of guy that emulated someone in Hollywood or sports athletes. I read the stories of people that fought in wars, from the Revolution all the way through the GWAT. And sitting down with these guys, there was over 60 years of combat experience, over 560 years of active duty experience. You had guys from Ranger Battalion, Special Forces, from other units. And some of these gentlemen are still helping out and still getting after it and just making sure that our warfighters today have the gear that they need to be successful. And, this is the first part of 4 interviews and maybe 5 or 6 that we might record through the internet with some of the individuals we didn't get to. But today's is special. It's my friend Steve Murphy, him and his wife Karen are just absolutely fantastic people. You look at somebody that's been married for 46 years and can still enjoy their spouse, and you can just tell that they do. Steve is getting up there in years, and the guy still comes out to Kansas City every year to compete in the triathlon for Jeremy Katzenberger, my brother-in-law, and that is where we met. He's just an absolutely fantastic guy. The guy was part of the original Ranger Reconnaissance company that did a cross-border mission into Cambodia. He was part of Operation Eagle Claw in Iran, which inspired him to go over to aviation after 12 years in Ranger Regiment. He's one of the founding squad leaders of First Ranger Battalion when it became a full combat battalion. The guy's got an inspiring career, and just like most Rangers, he's pretty tough to get to open up on camera, which I totally get. But I'm here and just give you a brief bio of what an awesome guy Steve Murphy and his wife Karen are. So sit back and enjoy.
My name is Stephen John Murphy. Rank was at Chief Warrant Officer 3. The most important accomplishment was that a lot of people brought me to that point. Platoon sergeants and squad leaders and stuff was being able to train the Rangers, and eventually when I went to aviation, the aviators, that influenced them with my presence, my leadership, was sadly needed after the Vietnam War. I enlisted for aircraft maintenance in 1960. Well, in basic training, they did the Golden Knights jump demonstration, and they asked who wanted to do that, and I said I would. And consequently, I went infantry from there. Went to jump school and straight to Vietnam. And I was in the 173rd Airborne Brigade, and this gentleman came by with a camouflage uniform and asked if they wanted to go to the Rangers. My stepfather was one of Darby's Rangers, so I said, yes, I'll go to the Rangers. That was a great decision, unknown to me at that time, because I was with some real professional, good people that worked in the field. We had a little training before we got put in our when it started missions and stuff like that, rappelling and some of the items that weren't covered in basic and AIT. But the biggest training was going out with your team. And my first mission was in Cambodia. I was in there with a 6-man team and the infield and a UH-1H helicopter. They put us down in the stream bed. The first thing I did wrong was I stepped to the bank of the stream, left a great big old footprint. The ranger that was behind me gave me a tap on the shoulder, looked at almost hate in his eyes, and I understood that from that point forward, that was stealth, that they moved with. And that team was very experienced. A Silver Star winner on it, had a Bronze Star with a B device fellow on it. Most of them were getting ready to PCS, go back to the States. I was very fortunate to be part of that team. And there was other teams I was assigned to, and they were all very good. A lot of good people in that company. I think there's so much disinformation out there. Everyone needs to go to sources, and a number of sources, to find what's the truth, what's untruthful, and then do what's right, what your grandparents taught you, and being held in good stead, at least the last few generations anyway. The way Karen, my wife, puts it is, we were dating for a week, and then we were engaged the next week. I left for a new assignment. Then she came over. We got married at the Honolulu courthouse. And 46 years later, we're still together. And I guess the thing is a lot of give and take. Money, you pay your bills, you get your groceries. And the rest, you can do something with.